Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at this 2006 Saab 9-3, and today's review is taking place at Kelly's Toyota, situated in Letterkenny, County Donegal. For all contact information in regards to the dealership, please see the description box below. So in today's review, we'll be looking at the interior of the car. I'll explain all the features work. We'll also start up, look at the engine, go over the performance data, and take a look around the exterior. So, let's get started. Another thing I should show you is this little white line here in the key fob. Once you press it, it activates the car's exterior lights. Nice silver accenting on the door panels. 4 electric windows. And of course this particular 9-3 is the Vector. Manual adjusting seats, as well as all-weather floor mats. This car is 86,696 kilometers on the clock so far. Now with most normal cars, the ignition is located off to the right of the steering column here, or maybe even off to the left in some cases. But Saab always wanted to be that little bit unique from everybody else. So their ignition is located down here in the center. Fires right up. It has a perforated leather wrap multifunction steering wheel with electro-hydraulic power assisted steering. Excellent feedback, and has very thick sporty thumb grips up top. Also got the radio controls located on the left and the right of the steering wheel. And also if I pull the lever down here, you can adjust the steering rack itself. Comes with a CD radio as standard, and everything is displayed up on the screen here.
Opinions and views that the teachers had about the reform in general.
Standard preset stations.
Beyond that point, the decision has been made, and we're starting with the changing in the way in which English will be taught.
Sound quality is quite decent. And then you got a few other controls here. For example, you got the CD player, AM and FM, and all that standard stuff. But off the right here are more interesting things. For example, you got the traction control button here, and this night panel button, which only actually comes in Saabs. Now as you can see, the lighting for the radio cluster, the climate control, and the gauges. When I press this button here, all that turns off. Now the whole idea of this is so that when you're driving along, the only thing you're focusing on is the speedometer and the road. Apparently Saab have got into their heads that the rest of the interior lighting might become a bit distracting. But then again, that's just Saab. They were a very unique company. They always like to be a little bit different, doing things that nobody else would have thought of. For example, I can't think of any other manufacturer in the world that has a night panel button. And then we also have this little menu up here. If I press customize and just zoom in on this, just use this dial here, and you can customize all the things such as the theft and alarm system, the clock and alarm, climate system, and system settings. And a cup holder. Also has dual zone climate control with your different heat settings for both the driver and passenger sides. And then you got all your standard fan speed controls and automatic mode, as well as recycling, air conditioning, front and rear defrost, and so on. And also below that you have your CD player, as well as a cigarette lighter and ashtray. And a good deep storage area. Also has storage in here. You could also use that as a cup holder. And underneath the leather center armrest, more storage, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. Also the e-brake in this car has actually been uniquely designed. Underneath here is the button. Just put on the foot brake first, press that, and when it sits down it actually blends in with this piece here. Nice bit of styling. This 9-3 also comes standard with a 5-speed manual transmission. Very smooth shifting. And just pull up over to the left and up to engage reverse. Has a manual dimming interior mirror. Also has the standard interior lighting, as well as illuminated vanity mirrors. The seats are quite comfortable and supportive as well. They're full leather, and as you can see there's a bit of beige accenting. Good amounts of side upholstering, they really hold you in very well. It's a very spacious car. Feels like there's plenty of room in here. Also got the electric mirror controls located up in the pillar. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back seats. Room in the back is okay. As you can see, my legs are nearly touching the front of the seat, and off camera I did actually move the seat forward a little bit. Could be a bit more spacious, but it isn't too bad. Also has a centre mounted armrest, as well as a pass-through into the boot. These seats are very comfortable. Certainly lots of support in them. Also has rear ventilation, as well as a small storage area. And also down here, hidden from view, push this button in and two rear cup holders come out. It's actually kind of easy to miss that. I missed it a few times myself. I actually only found it really by accident. So let's power on the car and see how it sounds. So we'll turn on the vehicle's power, as well as the headlights, front and rear fog lights, and the hazards. Driver's side window is automatically down only. And we'll take a look around the exterior. Has a nice bright red exterior. Halogen projector headlamps as well as headlamp washers. Uniquely styled Saab grille. Lower fog lamps. It comes with these 17-inch 5-spoke alloy wheels as standard. It has ventilated steel disc brakes up front, as well as solid discs in the rear. It also has an independent McPherson strut suspension in the front and has an independent 4-link suspension in the rear. Boot space is quite generous. It has 15 cubic feet of room. And also the rear seats do fold. Just pull on this handle here and this one. And then they just simply fold forward in a split 60-40. And as you can see, boot space has been increased by quite a bit, but unfortunately the rear seats do leave these very inconvenient large lips behind. The overall length for the 9.3 is 182.5 inches. Its total width is 69 inches with a height of 56.8 inches, and the total wheelbase is 105.3 inches. Bonnet release. The engine is a turbocharged 1.8 litre. It produces 147 brake horsepower with a top speed of 131 miles per hour. It produces about 177 foot-pounds of torque, and it can get about 36 miles to the gallon. So we'll just finish up the review now. The 9.3 is a very nice car. Seats are very comfortable and supportive. I will admit the back seats could use just a little bit more room, because at the moment I have the seat in my driving position. If anyone was sitting directly behind me there, they would not be very comfortable for too long. I suppose the upper dash of this car does feel a bit old and outdated, especially the whole radio cluster here. But in saying that's probably the only two faults I have with this car. The rest of it is very nice. As I said, Saab always did have their own very unique ways of designing cars. That's what set them apart from everybody else. And I think this one looks quite sporty as well. When you put this nice red with them 5-spoke alloy wheels, it certainly does have a bit of a sporty stance to it. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this full in-depth tour of the 2006 Saab 9.3 Vector. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe, and please stay tuned, there will be plenty more videos to come. Thanks for watching everyone.